these pitcher parlays keep hitting like this, it's going to be a really hot summer. Let's get it. First up, Ryan Feltner. Ryan Feltner hits the outline that's set at 6.5. That's high. The under is obviously favored at -151. Let's look at what the boys got it at. Only Caesar and BetMGM also have it heavily favored. This is his last 10 starts. And his last 5 starts. He's flipping around at 50%. The under is hitting at 60% here. And he averages 6 innings per outing, and his batter's face and hit percentage is at 24%. He only went out. He had a short outing here. I wonder why. And he gave up a ton of hits. But we're going under 6.5 hits here. He has failed to exceed 6.5 hits allowed in 5 of his last 6 games at home. I feel good about it. We're going Ryan Feltner under 6.5 hits allowed. Yo, Tristan McKenzie is over 4.5 strikeouts. That's -119. This is the last 10 games. He went 7 straight games going over 4.5 strikeouts. That's -119. Let's see what the board got it at. FanDuel, Caesars, DraftKings, everybody's heavily favored to go over. This is an easy over for me. He averages, look, Tristan McKenzie has exceeded 4.5 strikeouts in 7 straight games. He's averaging 5.7 strikeouts. In those games, he's gone out about 6 innings per outing, and his batter's face and strikeout percentages is at 22%. 4.5 at -119. I'm surprised it's not higher. I'm really surprised it's not higher. Also, he plays against the Colorado Rockies. If you've been paying attention, you know that feels like free money sometimes. But Tristan McKenzie over 4.5 strikeouts. Hey, look at his earned runs. The earned runs is at 3.5, but the under is favored at -151. You get what I'm saying? Earned runs under, strikeouts. Earned run under, hits allowed. At 5.5 -119, the hits allowed is favored to go over. I mean, the under is plus money at 5.5, but I'm sticking with the strikeouts over 4.5 strikeout for Tristan McKenzie. Griffin Cannon's earned run line is at 2.5 and is heavily favored to go over at -133. Caesars and BetMGM have him heavily favored to go over. He hasn't been giving up any runs. He hasn't gone over it much in the last 5 games, but 4 straight games, the under's been in check. We'll be facing off against the Yankees. He's averaging 5.2 innings per outing, and I see why they have it over. The Yankees batters are hot. Does he have any history against them? Griffin Cannon. There's a number of batters have a few at-bats, but nothing alarming. However, I like the line over 2.5 earned runs. The Yankees bats are hot. Let's go. Kevin Gausman. His hits allowed is at 5.5 and the under is favored at -151. I like this as well. Caesars and BetMGM have him heavily go under. I'm going under 5.5 for Kevin Gausman. His outings last about 5 innings, and his batter's face and hits percentage is at 27%. That's interesting. But this is hits allowed under 5.5. And look at his last 5 games. In his previous games, he went under, but he went 2 straight games against the Twins and Tampa Bay Rays, and they lit him up. But let's hope he has a similar outing to the last game versus the Detroit Tigers. And he's playing against the White Sox. So Kevin Gausman under 5.5 hits allowed. His strikeout line is at 6.5. It's also favored to go under at -165. He had 10 Ks in his last game against Detroit. I'm going to stick with the hits allowed. I feel more comfortable with that one. Next is Mike Clevinger. Mike Clevinger hits allowed is at 5.5. Heavily favored at -148 to go under. This is his last 10 games. It's only hitting at 40%. Last 5 games, same thing. He lasts about 3.2 innings pitched. How is he giving up? Hold up. His hits allowed is at 5.5. It's favored to go under, but he's given up a ton of hits a bunch of times, and he's only in there for 3 innings. Batters faced and hit percentage is at 32%. I'm going under because I think he's gonna get snatched before he make it, right? Before he make it to 4 innings. This is Mike Clevinger. We're going under 5.5 hits allowed, heavily favored at -148. Let's see what the strikeouts look like. His strikeouts are at 4.5. In 3 straight games, he's gone over that line. However, it's plus money. It's plus 104. The under is -115. Again, White Sox are playing against Toronto. He averages 3 innings pitched, 3.2 innings per pitch, and his batter's face and strikeout percentage is at 18%. I don't know about that. I'm going to stick with the hits allowed, and we're going under. Mike Clevinger under 5.5 hits allowed. Let's keep going. Hold up. Nah, never mind. Hey, Brayan Bello. I'm pretty sure I had him on a number of different items. First of all, strikeouts is over 3.5. It's -165. I'm definitely running with this. He's averaged about 5 innings per outing, and his batter face and strikeout percentage is at 19%. So it's 4.2 per game per outing, and that 19%. He covered this number in 2 straight games, and look at the last 5 games. He's hitting at 80%, and his last 5 outings is hitting at 80%. He has exceeded 3.5 strikeouts in 9 of his last 11 games on the road. We like Brayan Bello over 3.5 strikeouts. Yo, Grayson Rodriguez earned run line is at 2.5. Heavily favored to go under at -150. And if you look at the last 10 games, I don't know what happened in this game. He gave up a ton of runs, and this is the last 5 games. That was one of them. It was against the Angels. That's interesting. However, he's been pretty solid. I like Grayson Rodriguez under 2.5 earned runs. He's heavily favored -150, -151 on the consensus. He averages 5.1 innings pitched, but let's look at his K. I'm taking him under 2.5 earned runs, but I'm gonna look at his strikeouts. It's at 6.5. In back-to-back games, he struck out 7, but the under is favored here at -130. I think I'm gonna stay away from that one. If I had to, I would play it under 6.5 strikeouts, but I'm gonna go with the earned runs and leave it at that. And then I have his Tarik Skubal. His strikeout line is at 7.5, and it's favored to go over. This is the last 10 games. He averages about 7 strikeouts per game though, but it's at 7.5. His outings last about 6 innings, and his batters faced and strikeout percentage is at 31%. I just think it's really high. I wish it was at 6.5. I would go over. I'm gonna look at his hits allowed. Hits allowed at 4.5. He give up hits. How you give up so many hits and have so many strikeouts at the same time? That means you last a lot longer, like 6 innings, 6.5 innings. It's so high. I know he's a good pitcher, right? His earned run should be low. Ooh, look at this, under 1.5 earned runs. He gave up 4 in his last game against the Royals. I think I'm gonna stay with the strikeouts, but I don't know if I'm going over. Ooh, under 7.5 is plus 100. He went under 3 straight games. I really don't think the Pirates are that bad. What do you mean? His batters faced and strikeout percentage is at 31%. I'm still going under 7.5 strikeouts here. I wouldn't follow anyone on this one. This is a high number, and wow, I don't like that it's under plus 100 there. But the over, hold on. Under the over is -119. Nah, I'm going under. It's plus 100. I think I'm gonna play this one straight up. May or may not put this on a parlay. And then we have Jared Jones. His strikeout line is also high. It's at 6.5. I think I'm playing this one under also at -119. But he's been doing really well. But in the last 5 games, the under 6.5 is hitting at 60%. And he lasts about 6 innings per outing, and his batters face and strikeout percentage is at 24%. Wow. But 6.5 Ks just seem like a lot to me. You see what's happening in the last few games. He's facing off against the Detroit Tigers, who do we have any? That's cool, but go back to the Jared Jones, who have 0 history against him. This is kind of why I want to go over. You get a ton of strikeouts from facing a team that no one's faced you before, but the number is high. So I'm staying at under 6.5 strikeouts for Jared Jones. His earned run line should be low. Wait, earned run? Ooh, it's at 1.5. The over is minus 160. I might take this. He's given up over 1.5 runs in 3 straight outings. I think I'm going to play this one as well because the strikeout line is kind of high. But I like this also, Jared Jones. Oh, I have my ticket up here. You see what I've already played. But I'm just going over because there's so many. I got 3 of these tickets. I can't put them all up here, but you see what I've already played. I'm sorry I haven't referenced this, but I'm going over the plays as you see what I have played, and I'm still digging. There's no solid concrete answers. You kind of like want to put the best players in position. You want to put the best players together so you can smack. But for real, on the real note, it's more so mathematically. You want to put players who have above a 50% chance of hitting. And you already know. Let's get this dough.